So there it is, cut and glued in. You can see all the supports. It is epoxied in, right? It's a structural adhesive, and this thing is all glued in place right now. So another first in the mini boat industry. Okay, so the epoxy is cured enough to take all the clamps off. So now, what's it been, like 7 hours since this was epoxied this morning? Am I saying that right, epoxy?
It's panel bonding adhesive.
The panel bonding adhesive. It's an automotive industry product. So now all these clamps can come off. And uh-oh, why do you say uh-oh?
I hope that can get in there. Oh, okay.
No uh-ohs.
We're good.
Paul doesn't make up uh-ohs.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, oh shit.
I thought about that for 2 days before putting the skin on. Like, Jeff, what else do we need? What else do we need? I did. What else we need? And then today.
Okay, there it is.
See that, Grace?
God, it's not going to be tinny sounding
8:30.
either. Like it's very solid sounding.
So you know what I think we do?
Awesome.
They make another product, the automotive shit for that gun. It's a foam, but it expands, but it doesn't grow. So you pump it in like.
Is that keeps them vibrating?
Yeah. So I think we get a little bit of that and put it, because I made these tubes a little bit lower, that way the welds don't hit, so you don't end up with dents in the roof. So the roof, and I didn't want to grind those welds, because you know with aluminum,
It's got a structure.
I did not want to fuck with the roof. It all needs to stay.
I'm telling you, this camera does not do this justice. I mean, this is just freaking beautiful. Beautiful. And got the first A-pillar column in. This is our top panel for our parachute and our fire suppression system. And it's kind of hard to see, but basically you can see that. That's a battery check. It's yellow, probably needs a new battery. It probably should be green. And then arming. So there it's armed. It's in the red. And test, I'm not sure what test is. System test. I don't know what that is because it doesn't actually do anything there. So, but basically armed and unarmed. This will have screws in it and pop out so you can get to the back side of this unit. Gets plugged in right there and goes to our fire button, which is in that panel over there. It'll be right above your head. And we got the inner panels going in, got the center one in, and the second one going on right there. Got to drill a couple holes.
Yep, I got one more hole. 2 more holes.
And then we've got a panel that goes right here. 2 that go over there, and the firewall below the seats is done. And then all these panels are going to get cut in to feed the turbos, and then all be paneled center. So these panels will be split with all of the Zeus fasteners on the outside, just so it looks really cool from the back side. And of course we've got a window going here. So this whole wall, if you watch the beginning, is going to be completely blocked off, so no air is coming back. We're not going to get that air back, and we're going to put body all the way to here. So you'll kind of be in your own little pocket. The only openings will be on these 2 sides. Paul's putting in the other A-pillar panel. We got most of the, missing that one panel still. It's made, we just got to cut it and Zeus it, but these are all in and Zeused. We're going to build panels for the sides, on both sides here, and that'll tie into that side over there. And then we got something else special going on over there. I hope we're talking about it. So yeah, body panels, he's making these right now. That one's already made over there. That one's made. All this is back in. Looking really sharp. All right, so we talked in one of the other videos, we're putting in windshield wipers. All right, what we've got is, this is where the motor mounts all in here on the back side of this. This all goes together with the shaft going in here. and then the shaft travels up from down under the dash. There we're mounting the box. It's a worm gear. It goes up here, turns, goes through that one and through that one. And our windshield wipers, which we got Ford Ranger windshield wipers, are going to go on here and here. There's 2 reasons why we mounted them on the top instead of on the bottom. On the top, it is a little easier because we can hide the motor easier. And 2, when the light bar is here, they're going to disappear behind the light bar, so we're not going to actually see them. That was actually by design. This was the plate that came with it. Paul made a plate to replace that plate, so we can just basically weld this in under the dash, and we'll get the windshield wipers done here.
Here's the entrance hole for the tubing and the worm gear. That'll come over to the motor drive attached to this bracket to the base of the structural dash.
So how this system works is this is the rod right here, and it's bendable, right? So there will be a straight piece from here to here, and then from here it will bend and go down, and then bend and go over to the motor, and then in that rod goes this cable. This cable's basically the teeth. The teeth ride in this spline. It's a splined cable. So the teeth of the part we just took out up there, this moves in and out of that tube. It actually has just a bit of a texture to it, like they've wrapped it around some kind of a fuzzy stuff here to hold the grease in place. But basically we grease this really good. There's the diagram. So we're running this one right here, and basically it comes out of the motor, gets pushed through the gear here, moves the wiper, pushed through the gear, moves the wiper. Pretty simple. Really made for hot rods here. I guess this thing's a hot rod, right? So that is the plan. Works right here. Cable comes through this tube here, goes in through there, and goes and rides on. So basically it just rides on that gear right there. It travels through the tube, rides on the gear, and as the gear rotates, it will, as the cable turns, the gear rotates. Pretty simple system. Travels right around that corner down there, down through there, under the dash. Easy peasy. All right, enough working in the shop. We are going to take the jet skis out and the Mojo boat out. Just got the Mojo boat back from having a bunch of tune-up stuff done to it, new impeller and so on. So Phil's ready to play. Here's some big boats out there. Ready to take a day off?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Memorial Day. Kind of windy today. Good morning, welcome back. As of right now, there has been 62 attempts on how many wiffle balls we've put in that fuel tank right there. one person is only 3 balls away and another one's only 2 balls from having the right amount. If by the time I air this video that we're shooting right now, no one has guessed, I'm going to send the merch to the closest one. Another comment that was made is that this hull won't do the speeds because it's too this and it's too that. I don't want you guys to take this too seriously. The journey to get to the end has been the most fun. You know, they say it's not the destination, it's the journey. And the journey to building this boat has been the funnest I've had of all 3 boats that I've built. And the people and the talent and the cool things that we've been able to do to this boat. I completely know that wing right there is causing parasitic drag. I'm a pilot, I understand all these things. I understand what parasitic drag is. I also know that the windshield wipers cause parasitic drag. The light bar that's going there, huge parasitic drag. We're just gonna overcome that with a ton of horsepower. So if the boat will only do 80, it'll only do 80. I highly doubt that. If it'll do 120, great. I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm building it the way I want to build it. They said, oh, you're not going to need parachutes. And I'm not trying to down the person that said this by any means, and I get it. I just want you to understand that the purpose for building this boat is to build something that's never been done before, so far over the top. Who was it? Wyatt from Extreme Motorsports said, just enough overkill. That was his saying through building the Mojo boat. And he's right. We're just doing it because we can. Why not? There's no reason not to. So with that said, don't take this all too serious. We are going to have the world's fastest mini jet boat. No doubt in my mind that we're going to have the world's fastest mini jet boat. So making that claim, I intend to back that up. Blake Wilkie is going to drive this boat and set a record that you guys are welcome to chase. Once we're done, you'll know what it is. We are going to attempt to put it in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest mini jet boat in the world, and it is what it is. It's all about the fun of doing it. Don't take this too seriously. With that said, let's get back to work. So we did get a delivery over the 3-day weekend. Had a blast with Phil and Paul and Phil's girlfriend and the Mojo boat and Megan's boat, and just had a really good time with them. Good to take a break from this monotony and back to work here. We did get a delivery. We've got the USB plugins, and this is going to go through the bulkhead. You can see it, so that we can tap into the Holly over there and be able to tune the boat without having to run cords or anything. It'll have a quick disconnect. Basically, it's a, I don't know if you can see that. Not taking them out yet, but basically a twist-off connector USB plug-in for the guy with the computer doing the tuning, and he can tune the boat sitting in the passenger seat. Put the cover back on. No harm, no foul. Got some Mojo orange floats that will go on our quick disconnects. We got them here. Basically, they hook on here, and just like the Mojo boat, and then we're going to anchor them both on that side, actually on the driver's side, because a lot of times I'm by myself, and when you put it over here, just not going to be easy to get to like on the other boats. And we got some bungee straps, basically, for docking. So we're starting to get to the end stuff that we need for actually putting the boat in the water, safety stuff, like the paddles and so on. So that's our deliveries for today. Justin's going to start putting in the ECU right here. The Holly, that's going down here on the wall, about right there. The RLB panel right here. Our start-stop button. Here's our start-stop button right here. That's kind of cool. And basically, if you had to kill it, quickly, you just hit that, and it's going to kill it quickly. So That's ready to go in. Holly's ready to go in. The Garmin's probably going to go in just so we can be able to track the speeds with the GPS while we're testing it. Not going to hook up the heater yet. Basically, we're just going to get it functional, get it in the water, get some testing, just make sure it's running good and get it tuned, somewhat tuned. Probably not the race tune or the fast tunes with the E85. Just want to make sure that we're not missing anything before we do all the fit and finish and get the paint on it, get it wrapped, all the ultra deck, all the fit and finish stuff, so that we don't end up having to take anything back apart. So back to work. Also, I have another challenge for you guys. If you've been following this build, you know what the motor is, you know what we claim the horsepower to be. You've seen the pump built by Southern Jet, custom pumps built specifically for this boat and what we're doing with it. I'd like to get your opinions on how fast you think this boat's going to go. And honestly, I don't know. I have my theories. We've done a lot of crunching numbers. We've done math versus horsepower versus the pump versus the weight and so on. We've done a lot of that, and we have a guess of what we think the boat's. I know what the boat's probably capable of. Is the driver willing to take it there, and will the boat? We don't want another Havasu event. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. Not that that's what would happen, but I think it could be much more worse than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know how fast you think this boat will go. And again, the person closest to the actual number, once we do the speed run, and it will be documented, keep track of those numbers. The person closest, I'm going to do something pretty special for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but person that either hits the number or is the closest to the number, I'm going to do something cool for you. So give me one number. Give me 100 miles an hour, 102 miles an hour, 110 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour. I don't care what it is. Just give me that one number that you think this boat will be capable of once we have it all dialed in, tuned on E85. We were going to put nitrous on it. I still want to put nitrous on it, but I'm afraid that may just be a waste of money, and we're gonna go test it without it first and find out. I mean, I'd be shocked if on a full tune, if anybody's willing to hold that throttle down for more than about 10 seconds, honestly. So I got to get to work. Okay, it's official. We have a winner. The winner for the wiffle ball count was Piranha 6531, and the number was 145. There was 5 bags of 30, but I kept 5 out for my grandson, so that was the trick. If you tried to figure this out, had a 144, so close, but you're the winner. Hit me up on Instagram, MiniJet Mojo H2O, and we'll figure out how to get you some merch. I believe you were in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Back to work. Justin is off today. He's got his flat space syndrome going on here, where everything's covered up. We got our RLB panel mounted and all of the pass-throughs, but anyway, looks really clean. The RLB panel, our on-off switch. We've got the Holly mounted and plugged in, all set up. We've got all the wiring for all the components going up in here: radio, intercom, fire suppression system, all the wiring for the Holly, our plug for our tuner to plug into, real convenient, right behind the seat. And we've got our sub panel going right here for all of our fuses. Our fuse panel is going to go right here. What else we got? But yeah, he's got pretty much most of the wiring ran. And now it looks like a bit of a mess right now, but he understands it, and that's all that matters. So anyway, let's keep moving on this project. All right, here's the latest update. 2 days into wiring, Got all that stuff set up, ready for the Holly. Got our fuse panel in here, our USB port. This is the center panel, which has the power on-off switch and the RLB box. Beautiful job on that. So that's the center panel. Very heavy, but we're getting all the weight to stay in the middle. We're really balancing this boat out as far as weight goes. So Justin's kind of on his own here to make all this happen, get it running. Next video should be running. Stay tuned.